What's up? What's up, Patty? Oh, my mic muted. Oh no, it ain't. What's up, Patty? What's going on? What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Man, look, check this out. I had wanted to. Oh, I don't see nobody in here. Give me a second. I at least want one person in here, so I feel like I ain't talking to myself. Oh, there they go. What's up? Whoever that is, don't matter. I seen this come down my timeline. I seen some people talking about it earlier. I wanted to talk about it earlier today, but I was, busy running around doing stuff. And I was just getting this feeling once I watched it as if like black men just can't speak on black women. We have our opinions about them, but I feel like a lot of times black men are like kind of put in a position where they don't want to say how they really feel for fear of being shamed or making it seem as if you don't like black women. People like me, for one, because I say stuff about black women, but that's not the case. It's not, I don't hate black women. You know what I'm saying? I just speak on what I'm seeing and how I feel about them. Like, I would love to be with a black woman because I'm a single man right now. And I've only talked to black women. Like, I've never talked to any other race of a woman. But the thing is, it's just some things that I think a lot of us see from our sisters, we just kind of feel a certain way about it. And we always see black women speak on us all the time. They don't mind telling us that we need to make more money or we need to do X, Y, and Z with our bodies or shave or whatever it is. They always have an opinion. They don't mind getting online speaking about it or saying whatever it is that they need to say. But it always feels as if when it comes to men, they want us to stop talking about them unless we saying only good things. When a lot of times we see things that we don't like, and I feel like we should say that as well. I know a lot of guys they don't speak their minds or say how they really feel, but that's not me. It was a point in my life where I used to didn't say much about anything, and I'm still a quiet person to this day. But as of maybe about I was probably about 22 when my daughter was born. That's when I got to a point in my life where I was like, man, I'm just gonna say however I feel. Whatever it is, just come to my mind. And that has got me in trouble with people a lot of times. But overall, I felt better and I really don't care. I'm just like, I'm just gonna say whatever it is that I need to say and just get it out. But what I wanted to talk about is this Native Land podcast where Angela Rye and I can't think of the other girl's name. They were on here and they were critiquing what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Jasmine Crockett. And I seen other people online almost as if Stephen A. couldn't say that. And y'all know me. There's a lot of things that I don't even like about Stephen A. Me being a Cowboys fan for one, I can't stand him. But I mean, he was right on this, and some of the things that he speaks on about politics are correct. But in this particular case, they got mad at him. Well, I guess I won't say mad, but they were upset with him about what he said about Jasmine Crockett. And I was agreeing with what he said. For one, I'm in Texas. I don't like Jasmine Crockett. I don't think she stands for anything pertaining to black people. She's just up there being a character of what black women aren't. She's making it seem as if all black women are ghetto, all black women are just loud and obnoxious when they not. You know, she's portraying something that I really can't stand because She's an educated black woman who comes from a good background, and yet she's promoting a ghetto ratchet culture. If you have a degree, let's promote that you have a degree, you went to school, you did what you had to do. You're an intelligent person, you can speak well, you can carry yourself well in public. Let's start promoting that. Let's get rid of all of the ratchets, the Glorillas, the Cardi B's, the Megan Thee Stallions. Let's get rid of all of that. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand it. It's beginning to be too much for me. What's up, the man of learning? Says I'm done with these disrespectful black women. I agree, man. The ones who are disrespectful, the ones who feel like they're above reproach and we can't critique them, I'm done with them. And they can say whatever they want to say, but I at this point, I'm done with them. I don't care what they got to say. You're not going to change my mind. The way I feel is the way I feel, and that just is what it is. So let's check this clip out. This clip is from the Native Land podcast. They're speaking on Stephen A. Smith is out of his depth. That's what the title says. And it says Angela Rye, and it's a couple of more people. I can't remember. I know he ran for governor of Florida, but I don't want to butcher everybody's name. So I'm just gonna play the clip and let y'all hear it. But if y'all want to check it out, I will. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead while we're watching the clip. I'm gonna put the link in the description so y'all can go check this out.
I think this is a really good opportunity. We talked about the invasion of cities and colleges. I want to throw to one more example. Someone who teeters on the edge quite a bit shows up talking out of both sides of his mouth. He had this to say recently about Jasmine Crockett. Sometimes you get attacked by your own.
Our Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself. I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? Aren't you there to find a way?
First of all, I want to say that's why she threw that in there. You get attacked by your own. I think that's a part of the shaming tactic when it comes to black men. It's as if you can't speak on anything that they do because you would be wrong to do that. And that's one of those things that I can't stand. And that's why she threw that in there to say that. It just pisses me off when they do that. It just does. So let me go ahead. I ain't gonna talk too much.
To get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to
What's up, Gen X?
to what Trump wants. How much work goes into that? I'm just going to go off about Trump.
That's right,
cuss
Patty
him out
Cakes.
every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work.
He's got to deal with black woman issues
Oh my
writ
God.
large and whatever self-hate exists within him.
That is self-hate before
I've
black
never
women.
seen a
See,
clip
and
of him
how's
where
that
he
self?
actually
How's it
praised.
self hate? How is it self hate because he's offering his critique of what she did, of what she's doing? Like, how is that a how? How is that self hate? And I hate that they always throw that out at us, bro. Like, black women can say something about a black man. I've had a black woman critique me. I've seen videos of black women critiquing men. And the first thing that comes to my mind is not they hate black men or that it's self hate. You can tell when some of these women actually hate men, and you can tell when some of these women have probably had a bad experience with a man and they feel some kind of way. You know, when you watch a video closely as men, we can kind of gauge what's going on. Like I can feel that anger if you just hate men. When you give them no credit for anything and you just turn them down for every little thing that they say, I think that you hate men. But in Stephen A's case, he doesn't hate black women. He has black women on his show. He's always offering a black woman to host his show when Molly used to be there, but when she used to, I guess was sick or whatever, it was always a black woman up there. Like, how can they say that about this man? This shit is beyond me. You know what I mean? Gen X says, as Kevin Samuels would say, sign language, shame, insult, guilt need to be right. That's a fact, bro. Sign language. That's it. Shame, insult, guilt need to be right. If they not right, then all bets are off. Everything is just thrown out the window. They points gotta be valid at all points. It just is. Miss Patty Cake said, when you coddle that behavior, women will continue to act out with no accountability. That's a fact. And men, I think men don't really we have problems. I'm not gonna say we don't, but we don't really have that problem because we know just simply as a man, we always being held accountable for something, no matter what. If you have a wife and kids, you automatically know you're gonna be held accountable. It doesn't matter what happens in the household, everybody's gonna look to you as the person who should have corrected it or who should have never let it happen. But with women, it's like they have to be coddled. You know, you always have to appease them. If they say something, then you have to just go along with it. And that's, you got these simp guys who just go along with everything that their woman says. And in the end, they realize that their woman doesn't want you to be a simp. They don't want you to always agree with them. They don't want you to always go along with everything that they say. They're actually challenging you sometimes. And when you challenge them, that makes you be in a better position where they can respect you and show you some type of respect. But if you never challenge them and you always let everything that they say go, they're gonna look at you like you a bitch. You know what I mean? And that's just the facts.
As a black woman.
That's what I'm saying. He's got
well.
black woman issue he's got to deal with. But
For those who are
What?
listening, that was Stephen A. Smith commentating about Jasmine Crockett's lack of work. For context, there was a poll that was recently done, and Jasmine Crockett's approval numbers amongst the American people rival Barack Obama's in 2008.
Who was these people who was asked on this poll? I want to know who the people was asked, how many people that they asked, because a lot of times in these polls, they'll survey 1,500 people and kind of equate that to the overall population. They kind of what is it? It'll be like I can't think of the word. I know the word, but you know what I'm saying. They try to say that is the overall population when that's not the case. And then you find out who they question, and it was probably mostly black women who answered the poll. Like, we got to be honest about a lot of this stuff. It's insane to me. The man of learning says, I'd rather date a Latino woman before I date these black women. Gen X says, and at the same time, a black woman will say a man has to be able to handle me. Yeah. So you got to handle all the bullshit that they come with, no matter what. I mean, I just feel like the narrative has to change when it comes to being able to speak on black women. Because if we can't critique each other, we'll never get along. We'll never get this thing sorted out if we can't say how we really feel about each other without it being, oh, you hate black women or you hate black men. Like, if we can't get past that, we ain't going nowhere. We're just gonna be stuck in a repeating cycle. So they question all Democratic. See, and I knew it. I know it. I like, you can tell, Miss Patty Cakes, because if it was a mixture of people, you would get more of either a 50-50 split or whatever it is. But I would like to know the demographics of this poll. Because if you ask a lot of black women would tell you that they agree with everything that Jasmine Crockett says. But if you ask a lot of black women, what are her policies? What has she voted for in Congress? They couldn't tell you. All they can tell you is that, oh, I seen her on MSNBC and CNN. And that's what I'm going with. I like her because they said that she's a good candidate.
So just for context, he is on an island unto himself.
Wow.
Because
or
people
caping for some
because
other
people
element.
because people see her largely working on our behalf. And I also want to say we recently had
behalf?
Jasmine Crockett on. It was on my solo pod, and Jasmine is on the show talking about having to go get fit for a bulletproof vest. So this is not the time.
Oh, she had to go get fit for a bulletproof vest? You think she's the only one? You think she's the only one? All of those politicians probably have to get fitted for a bulletproof vest. She's not special. That has nothing to do with her being a Democrat or Republican. Charlie Kirk just got shot. He got killed. He's not even a congressman or a senator. He's not a politician at all, and he died. So that's irrelevant. She's throwing it out there to make it seem as if she's the only person that had to go get fitted for a bulletproof vest. You got to stop it. Oh, I know, Miss Patty. I already know you said it, but you didn't even have to say it because that's why I said in the beginning the person who she's representing is not none of the black women that I know. I know black women who are ghetto. I know black women who are ratchet, but I know a lot of other black women who ain't ghetto and ratchet. It's really a shame to me that she's somebody who is a politician who graduated college, was raised right, but the image that she's putting out there is somebody who gets in front of people and just uses a bunch of curse words and and talks about things that she really doesn't even know about. And it's sad because that's what other little black girls are seeing. And they want black girls to follow them, but like, would I let my daughter follow her? No. Hell no. Gen X says white person's critiques. It's stay out of black folks' business. When a black man critiques, it's stay out of women's business. When a black woman critiques, it's mind your business. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. Everything you said right there was straight facts. Miss Patty too. And I know Miss Patty. All black women don't think like that. That's why I hate when I see that shit. That's why y'all always hear me railing against the Glorrillas. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying that shit because the shit that they rap about, bro, is really disgusting to me. They basically telling women to go out here and sell ass and titties. Like, come on now. Don't get me started on Cardi B, who was cosplaying a black woman, and at the same time talking down on black women. Don't even get me started on that.
Time for this.
Yeah.
And it is very dangerous for this. So I hear you even on the danger, even on campuses, but I wanted to bring this in because this is the kind of messaging they're hearing on their sports platforms, on talk radio, all the time. There is a growing divide between black men and black women.
Oh my God.
And I think that some of them are also leaning more conservative in their talking points.
She's a congresswoman from Texas.
I wonder
and
why.
Texas has this open carry law. Governor Abbott is such a dangerous, problematic person.
How's I mean, this is what I'm saying. You can't speak on what they got going on and what they saying. How is Governor Abbott a dangerous person? The dude is in a wheelchair. Greg Abbott has been my governor for so long. I don't even remember the last governor. Like, he is not a threat to me. Even when I was speaking about Democratic crap, I never felt threatened by Greg Abbott. Like, I never felt like I'm going to get put in slavery or he's trying to cause black people harm. I never felt like that. And I don't now. To be honest with you, let's be real. Greg Abbott is one of the better governors in this country. You know why? Because he actually represents the people. He's actually doing what most people in this state want done. Unlike these other governors. It's the truth. The man of learning says these bitches are dangerous to. Hey, look, I don't disagree with you, bro. The man of learning, I do not disagree with you. They are dangerous to the black community. They are dangerous to our youth because the young girls are following these women. They think that what these women are doing is right, or what they're saying is right, and it's not. It's foolish.
False argument.
Yes.
How much attention is this taken away from you getting whatever you need for your district? The Republicans control the House of Representatives, the Senate and the White House. They not letting her get ish for her districts. And so the best she can do right now, not just for her district, but for the country, is to speak up and hold them to account at every single level.
She does.
Are there black men that's listening to Stephen A. Bakari?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Wow. She said, "Oh, there are black men who are listening to Stephen A." I don't listen to him all the time, but I do listen to him. I still like him. I mean, I don't overall like him For one, like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan. He always pissed me off about the Cowboys, but I listen to him. I'm not like, damn, fuck him. I'm not a woman. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'd never listen to Stephen A. again. I don't disagree. I disagree with him on a lot of stuff, but that's not going to stop me from listening to him. Miss Patty, you're right. There is no balance on that podcast. They in an echo chamber. That's an echo chamber. Everybody is going to agree with each other on that podcast. Even when they half-ass agree, they're going to be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. So therefore, how can you really get a good feel of what they're saying if everybody's just in agreement? It's. Have you ever been around a bunch of people who agree with you? Miss Patty, even when we on like spaces and stuff, right? Even when I'm listening to them people and we all start agreeing on stuff, I kind of feel uneasy. I start to feel a little bit uncomfortable because I'm like, nah, everybody doesn't agree on every little thing that we're saying. I just don't believe that. I just think that when people get into these echo chambers, they feel as if I gotta stick to everything that somebody is saying 100%, because if I stray just a little bit, I'm gonna be ostracized. I'm gonna be made fun of. They're gonna tell people to unfollow me, cancel me, stop talking to me. I'm gonna be the butt of all the jokes, and a lot of people don't want to deal with that shit. And I get it. And that's a fact. That's a fact, Gen X. They need somebody like me. He says they need somebody like me to be mad at. Yep. That's why they say a lot of black men are being conservative. What's wrong with that? That's our preference. Like, if a lot of black men are starting to lean more conservative, okay. What is wrong with that? What these types of black women are gonna start trying to make that be is as if we hate them so much, because they're already saying it, that we're willing to side with white men just to go against black women. They already saying that shit. They're already saying that shit. And they're not going to stop saying that shit. Because they're so used to everybody coddling their feelings and them eventually getting their way that they're willing to blow the whole thing up. That's what a lot of black women have become. If we don't get our way, we blowing the whole thing up. I'm gonna drop a bomb in her. Even if it kills me, I'm killing everybody. But if I don't get my way, then nobody gets their way.
Let's take that and take it
people who
seriously.
like
Yes.
white men.
Yeah, and they think
I
that
think
they
white
think
men.
they
You
think that
guys, it's
Jasmine
not just
Crockett
white
talks with her
men.
neck
No,
and,
I'm not just
and
saying
is too loud and
exclusively.
snaps her fingers and all that, and they caricature her like he's doing.
Yeah.
And so my point though is that I didn't like the back and forth with Jasmine Crockett and Nancy Mace or whoever it was, right? But
Nancy Mace is the one that got violent. She was the one that said, let's
question.
take it
I mean,
outside. Yeah.
I know them both
Marjorie
very well.
Taylor Greene.
I know them
Yeah.
both very.
They said Nancy Mace is the one who got violent. Nancy Mace didn't get violent. She just went the hell off. Just like Jasmine was going off. I got the clip right here. Y'all want to see it? Let's check it out.
We have the right to know that we're not going to have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil
Is she
rights, let's talk about
lying?
the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation, you're doing it in your messaging, you're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country, even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. Any member seek recognition? Ms. Stansberry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the gentlelady across the aisle demonstrating why we need civil rights. We need civil rights to protect all people, especially trans Americans who are under attack right now. I would like to yield the rest of my time to the gentle lady who is carrying the amendment.
I don't even know how we got there because I tried to make it clear how many civil rights, it doesn't just boil down to one conversation, but I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, trans, trans so that people will feel threatened and
She gonna keep saying trans, trans, trans.
listen.
Fuck out of here.
I want y'all
I
to
am
tell
no
me
child.
whether or
Do
not
not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
will
am
in your life.
reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I am
Order.
not a child.
Chairman,
I am
am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we can
Chairman,
do
the
it.
committee is not
Okay.
in order.
All right. Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
No, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
State your point.
Is it allowed in the rules for a member to incite violence against another member? I mean, she said she wants to take it outside with.
Hey, I have the
Crockett.
First Amendment right too,
And
young
so
man. I have the
I'd like
First
those
Amendment
words
right.
to be
I'm not
taken
gonna
down.
Come on, man. They talking about inciting violence and shit. How much shit has Jasmine Crockett said about Donald Trump? See, they just forget all that old kind of shit. Jasmine Crockett can come on saying fuck him and he's a bitch and all kind of little shit. I haven't heard one cuss word from her because she said we can go outside. I mean, Jasmine Crockett is the one that's with the ghetto shit. Ain't that what that shit always leads to, being ghetto and ratchet? Let's go outside, child. I mean, shoot. What you want to do?
You gonna learn today.
This is just a bunch of goofy shit, man. What happened to my video? Let me get it back up here, man.
However, I will tell you that there is a through line between the Ice Cubes and the Jason Whitlocks and the Stephen A. Smiths. And
That's a
these
fact.
individuals, and
It's a fact.
Ice Cube
G-Nick.
may be slightly different than the other two,
Slightly.
but
Yes.
Ever so slightly.
these individuals have been around since we have been on this freedom struggle.
Mhm.
There have always been individuals out there which exhibit behaviors of charlatans who utilize, some people are in it for the change and some people are in it for the change, right?
Mm.
And I think that that's indicative. And they find the easiest path to the front of the line. And Stephen A. Smith is someone who doesn't have the
Wait a minute. So Jasmine Crockett ain't in it for the change? She's had reports of her staffers saying she's more involved with her social media than anything else. What does that tell you? That tell you she trying to get a check from YouTube. She trying to get a check from TikTok. She trying to get a check from Facebook. She trying to get a check from these social media platforms. That's why she made that one TikTok video where she had set it up. It was choreographed and whatever was it that they not like us. You think she wasn't trying to hit with that? So everybody else is grifting except Jasmine Crockett. She's really doing the work of the people. Give me a break.
depth to talk about House oversight or the appropriations process, right? And how you're able to bring resources back to your community, or what Jasmine is doing. So he rather lampoon her, or instead of having a constructive conversation. And so I've said what I've had to say about Stephen A. Smith in my book. Anywhere I can. I don't have a lot of use for him in the political dialogue. I think that there are individuals who he matriculated with at Winston-Salem State University that are extremely disappointed about the man he's become.
It's so disheartening to me. It's frustrating, one, because anytime we speak on this, it's like we, man haters and all this. But I feel such confidence in black men.
Don't call them a man hater when they speak on it. Don't call them a man hater when they speak on it. But when you say something as a black man, okay, we need to find. He has a real issue with black women. Now, does he hate black women? What's going on? Did his mother hurt him? Did he just run into some woman who broke his heart? See, that's the bullshit they be on. That shit be pissing me off, bro. They have such a double standard when it comes to that I just want to just lose my mind. I'm like, Angela Rye And what is her name? Is it Cross? Tiffany Cross. I can't stand these women, bro. I can't stand them.
And I've never bought into the idea that all these black men are voting for Trump. Like, they vote overwhelmingly Democrat. We're pretty much in line with
Yeah, but the trend is trending upward towards Republican. That's what she's not going to acknowledge. She's not going to acknowledge that fact. Black people overall are still voting heavily Democrat, but the number is trending towards Republican. That chart is going up. They're not going to acknowledge that. They're going to try to sit up here and act like as long as it's above 51%, they're going to say, well, black people still vote more Democratic. They're going to keep saying that no matter what. Until that point tips over, that's when they can't say it no more. But until then, they're going to keep pushing that narrative when they know damn well that they look at numbers, they read charts, and they know that those numbers are trending towards Republican. They know this. They know this. The Democratic Party knows this, which is why people are like, why are they still doubling down on their bullshit? Why are the Democrats still doubling down when we know that they have people who research these numbers and know that it's not working?
each other. What you all are saying is no, they are, and the data shows that there have been inroads among black men. I want to ask why, because it is frustrating to me, and it feels heartbreaking, to be honest, because we are impacted by this system as well. It's not a matter of who's impacted worse. We're impacted differently. We sit at the intersection of being black and being women. And so when men are frustrated with this system, it feels like they fight us. You know, and I would put Stephen A. Smith in that category too. I'm mad at y'all.
They want us to fight each other, and y'all want us to fight y'all. Because y'all bought into this bullshit that black men are realizing. They're starting to wake up and be like, no, I don't like the way you're acting. No, I don't like the way you're carrying yourself. No, I don't like that we're breaking up all of these families. No, I don't support abortion as much as you do. I don't like it. But these are the women who are constantly saying we're the most educated when it's not true. Y'all are the most enrolled. Asian women are the most educated. Y'all push these narratives that put y'all on such a pedestal that y'all have started to believe that y'all are gods. Y'all are above reproach. Y'all are above any type of critique. And most men, including black men, are like, we're done. I'm done. And I don't care what you say. You're not going to change my mind. That's the truth. Lyndon Johnson said that we would have these ninjas voting Democrat for 200 years. I think he said 100 years. I know you're exaggerating, but you're right. That's what he said. That's right. They blame the infighting on slavery. That's all they got to lean on. They go back to old shit.
For having joy. I'm mad at y'all for having success. I'm mad at y'all for surpassing us on college campuses. And so it's a small sect of men that are so angry and hurt that they're willing to align with the people who oppress us.
That's not true. That's not true. Let me let these women in on a little something. A person who can work well with their hands and build things, create things, come up with things from their mind. We're not threatened because you went to school and you regurgitated a bunch of shit where you could pass a test, where you can memorize something, pass a test, recite something, come up with something clever for the time being, only to graduate and totally forget whatever the hell it is that you were supposed to remember at the time. We're not threatened by that. Because we can see you with your degree walking outside and having a flat tire and having a fucking mental breakdown. We can see you having a bachelor's, a PhD, and your toilet is clogged up, and you don't want to grab the plunger and plunge it. I'm not threatened by you. You don't threaten me. As much as you think that that's a threat to us, it is not. I can get outside and do things to my car that you can never do with your PhD. You would be stranded at the house. If the lights shut off for a week, I would be okay. You wouldn't with your PhD. If we were stranded in the woods with that bear that you would be with instead of me, I would be okay because that bear would tear your ass up and I would be somewhere with a campfire eating. I don't even eat fish, but I'll probably be eating fish or whatever it is that I caught and ate. I would be okay. And you and that PhD would be ripped to shreds fucking with that bear. Gen X says, and these women don't go into fields of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. They go to college for basically a basket weaving degree. Exactly. It be bullshit that they be having. They have these bullshit degrees only to say that I got a degree. Just to say that I'm better than a man. That don't make you better than me. I don't care what you say. If I go to the gym right now and hit 305, you can't do that. You ain't better than me. If I go to the track at the high school and run 8 laps and you can't do it in the same time I can do it, you ain't better than me. If somebody break in a house and you ask me to go look and see who it is, you ain't better than me. Okay? Let's get that straight. Oh, I understand. You ain't even got to tell me that, Gen X. I already know. I know what you mean. Gen X says, I'm speaking in generalities. Of course, there are exceptions, however, that don't make it the rule. That's a fact. I already know. I know what you mean, bro. We don't even got to say it. And I hate that we even have to say that because we got to coddle these people. We got to say that. I'm not speaking in generalities just so people don't feel a certain way. But I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
What am I getting wrong?
that
Because
you're
if you
not-
listen to Stephen A. Smith and you find anything other than some absolute, pure, self-hating, little dick energy nonsense from that half-witted idiot bastard.
Now we got to go to shaming and calling them names. Did he call Jasmine Crockett a name? In the clip that they played, did he call Jasmine Crockett a name? Little dick energy. That's how they shame you. If you don't do what women want you to do, you gay, you got a little dick. Like I said, these are the same people that would be in a bind if they walked at the house and there was a bunch of snow in front of their car. These are the same people that would be in a bind if they had food in the refrigerator and the lights went out. And they in a house with a backyard where they could at least start a fire. These are the same type of people who wouldn't know what to do. They would be in a frenzy.
In the non-existent rays of his own ignorance, it is sad to me that he even gets an audience of black men. Why aren't black men right now saying, F Stephen A. Smith, we banning him?
No, we saying people, we are saying fuck you. I ain't saying fuck Stephen A. No, fuck you. See, that's the shit we need to start saying. We gotta stop coddling these women. You're not God. You don't get to control the way I feel. He said whatever he had to say, and I agree with him, and other dudes agree with him, and that's what we going with. We're not going with your shaming tactics because you don't like what he had to say, and we should just stop speaking. No, fuck you. That's what I'm saying right now on my YouTube channel. I don't care. Fuck you. Period. Miss Patty says, we need black men. Y'all need to speak up. It's black women that need guidance. That's a fact. And you know what also is a fact, Miss Patty? We need black women. See, we ain't like these type of black chicks that say that they don't need a man and we don't need black women. I mean, we don't need black men. No, we need black women. I'm not the dude just gonna settle for any black woman. You can't be half-ass ratchet, goofy, stupid, dumb. I don't care. I ain't settling for that. You better have some sense to you, and I'm gonna lead as a man. I'm gonna do what I gotta do as a man and take care of the family. But you're not gonna treat me like I'm the bitch. Just not gonna happen. Gen X says, can't argue with facts, figuring, and statistics, so they resort to shame. They always resort to shame. They can't help it. That's what they think is always going to bring you back home. If I shame him enough, if I talk bad about him enough, he'll come right back. And it holds true because a lot of dudes have felt those shaming tactics and started to change their tune. You can even see it on YouTube. You can see it wherever. And you start to listen to these dudes and they bow down. Soon as these women start saying, "What? Oh my God, it sounds like you hate black women." They start getting scared and they start speaking differently. Well, or they always start prefacing everything. I'm gonna say this, but I don't think that I hate black women. I'm gonna say this, but I don't want y'all to think that I'm speaking about every black woman. I'm only talking about a few. Because dudes, we always feel like we gotta say that. I'm only talking about a few women. I ain't talking about everybody. That's how they get you. They know damn well you ain't talking about every woman. Do they preference their statements when they talk about men or black men? No. They say whatever the hell it is they gonna say. But when it comes to us, we always gotta preface it. Well, you know what? I'm not talking about all black women. I'm only talking about maybe 20%, 15% of the population. Man, fuck that. I'm gonna say whatever it is I gotta say. You don't like it? Kiss my ass.
Not listening to his podcast. We're not watching his show anymore. That's what black women do. We organize.
Yeah, but you asked the question why.
Yes, tell me why.
So, by the way, I love the usage of adjectives.
I'm sure I messed it up somewhere.
But the answer to the question why.
You see? Oh, I love the use of adjectives. See, he trying to appease her. My God, bro. It's simp activity. I wish I had a sound effect. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Simp alert, simp alert, simp alert, simp alert. Just whatever it is.
Is kind of twofold. Black men showed up. We were the third largest demographic voting for. You had black women, you had Jews as a collective, and then you had black men, somewhere between 74, 76% voting for Kamala Harris. And so, yeah, it's not a large number. We still are there. But the slippage you've seen is twofold. The first is that there's been no party, no group, which for the past 20, 30 years has taken the time to listen to black men holistically. And many times we are spoken to about policy. That policy revolves around things like criminal justice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yes, we've always been spoken to. Let me find this clip. I'm glad he said that. I want to go back to this clip. I hope I can find it real quick. When Barack Obama was talking about he was going to have Michelle give us a spanking. Y'all remember that shit? Let me see if I could. Just give me a second, y'all. I'm telling y'all remember this? He was like, there you go. Oh my, remember this? I know y'all remember this clip.
Communities is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear,
That's it.
and on
That's
one
it.
hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. He's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
Damn, they didn't even play the part where he talking about he gonna get Michelle on us and shit. Yeah, y'all remember that clip? That's the clip. I ain't gonna go into the rest of it. Yeah, I mean, if you know that clip, then you know what I'm talking about. I don't make me have to call Michelle. Like, what? Nigga, I'm a grown ass man. What's wrong with you? You gonna have to call Michelle. Man, I go upside your head tonight. You gonna have to call some woman on me. You must be out your damn mind. What's up out the pit? They're just goofy.
Yeah, and marijuana. But very rarely do we have wholesome, fulsome conversations about the black men who are out there struggling to pay for early childhood education, child support, right? You know, how that
Wages.
You know, when you know the craziest thing is when you get locked up for child support, do you know that your child support continues to grow?
Of course.
Like your driver's license gets suspended.
It's an unbreakable cycle.
She talking about wow. Y'all bras be the ones that's locking niggas up. Stop. Y'all can't wait to find out a dude got a new job. How much he making? Oh, I need to take him back to court. Talk to your fellow sisters about that shit, sister. Do that. Mr. Get yourself a gay friend. That's a fact. That's a fact, out the pit.
It's an unbreakable cycle, right? I mean, just opportunities, STEM opportunities. So just having a holistic, fulsome conversation around black men is something that hasn't happened. The other thing is, which is a question that we have to answer, and hopefully we'll untangle it over the next, 100 episodes.
Certainly while you're here.
Certainly while I'm here is, there are a lot of black men who question whether or not they have the ability to breathe and lead in an era of black girl magic.
I would say what I would add, because I
see she got so disgusted about that. Did you see her face? Did you see her face? She was disgusted about that. She was disgusted. Like, yeah. Because you're a woman. You don't need to be leading no men. I'm telling you, the black women these days feel like they gotta be in control of men. They need to tell you what to do. That shit ain't happening. It's a lot of black dudes that go for that shit. I ain't one of them. You not finna tell me what to do. You not finna lead me nowhere. I don't know what the fuck you thinking about. I don't care what era we living in. You ain't finna take me nowhere. The last thing I'm gonna do is follow a broad somewhere. I already know what that shit leads to because I was a goofy nigga at some point in my life, and that shit ain't happening no more. That was a long time ago. I don't even remember the last time that shit happened to me. That's how old I am. I'm damn near 40. You could never make me follow a broad to do nothing. I don't care what your degree is, and I don't care what kind of money you got. I'm not no fool. You can say and do all that shit with another dude, but you ain't finna do it with me. Period. Dr. Shahrazad Ali, Gen X says, spoke on about how black women were, and they even tried to cancel her. Yeah, I played some of Shahrazad Ali's clips on my show. That's a fact, bro. They did try to cancel her. For the stuff that she says, they try to cancel her. Or tried to cancel her. She needs to, a lot of black women need to go back and watch a lot of clips about the things that Shahrazad Ali says, because a lot of things that she says, she was spot on, 100%. You can even see it in her demeanor, even when she said about how black women try to act like they don't want to be polygamist. She was like, y'all already are practicing polygamy. Y'all sharing the same men and be knowing it. It ain't like they don't know it. Y'all just in competition for the same man. Y'all both smashing him, but y'all trying to win him over. Y'all practicing polygamy. Y'all might as well just get in the same house and share the man and be done with it. I like Shahrazad Ali. Black women don't like Shahrazad Ali. And I wonder why. Out the pit say black folks are lost and broken. A lot of us are. A lot of us are. They hate to hear the truth. A lot of us are. I was lost and broken. Some people may say I'm still lost and broken. I don't think I am. I look at things differently now. I actually see things for what they really are. And you know what? When you open your eyes to things and you see them for what they really are, it's actually refreshing to know that you're getting the truth. And when you get in the truth, whether it hurts or not, you feel kind of at ease with that because it's the truth. You're not being fed lies anymore. You understand what it is and you accept it for what it is and you move accordingly. Gen X says God over man, man over woman, woman over child. It's literally in the Bible. That's the truth. They hate that. But they'll say that they Christians, Gen X, but they hate that aspect. They hate that one line that says man over woman. They hate that with a passion. If they could erase that and scratch that from the Bible, they would. They would swap it. If they could say woman over man, then they would. All of them would have podcasts and lectures and see it says woman over man, and when the woman needs to lead the man. They would be on top of that. But in this day and age, they could be Christians, but yeah, this one little part of the Bible, I don't like that. Let's just go past it. We're gonna zoom past that part, okay? Fuck out of here. That's right, out the pit. I need to read one of her books, Miss Patty. I need to read one of her books. I really do. Just to have a little bit more knowledge about it, because I've always seen her speak or watch some videos of her speaking, but I actually need to read one of her books. I haven't read one of her books, and I really would like to read one of her books. I think she has some interesting things to say, some good topics, and I respect what she talks about. Gen X says even Felicia Rashad spoke about the black modern woman on the Breakfast Club. They tried to cancel her too. Man, look, let me pull that clip up. Let me pull that clip up. I remember that. They got so mad at her. She was just telling the truth. They don't want to hear the truth, man. They don't want to hear the truth. Y'all give me a second. I know it's on her. I know it's on her. Okay, I just seen one clip, but I don't think that's the clip. They got all these other clips, man. I'm trying to find the one clip. Okay, there you go. Here we go. I knew it was here somewhere.
Rashad, where dignity and grace were everything. So do you ever look at how wild Hollywood is now and you just think to yourself, boy, y'all got it easy. Y'all wouldn't have got away with that in my day.
Yeah, I don't even have to look at Hollywood. I could look at the way young ladies dress.
I knew I should have worn some other pants.
You got your
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
elbow, shoulder over here. You want my coat?
The young ladies are so beautiful. They're so beautiful. And something has happened in popular culture. You know, and I don't mean to be critical.
I'm gonna stop it right there just to say this. That she was absolutely right. That's what I be thinking. It is so many black women that are so beautiful, but they put on the makeup, they put on the wigs, they put on the weave, they put on the nails, and I'm like, you don't even have to do that. You don't gotta go out and twerk. You don't gotta go out and be ratchet. If a lot of y'all would just be in your natural state, y'all look so good, but y'all cannot do it. You have women like Kim Kardashian trying to look like a black woman, and then you have black women trying to look like Kim Kardashian. This shit don't make no sense. She's trying to look like y'all, and y'all trying to look like her. Somebody please make it make sense. Y'all already have the look that she has, but yet y'all all trying to look like her. When I used to see that shit, I was so frustrated. I'm like, bro, I see black women, stop putting on all that makeup. Y'all look good without it. Be some black women, I'm looking at you like, why do you have on all that makeup? You would look just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, without that makeup on. But yet you sit up here and put on all of this crazy shit, and you look like a drag queen. Period. You look like a damn drag queen.
Critical, and I hope young ladies listening don't take this as personal criticism, because I don't mean it that way. But you're young queens. I'm taken aback when I see on a college campus young women dressed in strips of clothing. But more importantly than that, no man wants his woman to be out like that. Right?
No, I grew up on Method Man saying, wearing 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off. Boo.
That's right. But not only that, it's like there's today's designers. I mean, there's ways. There are other things, and I just
leave something to the imagination.
Yeah,
it would be nice.
Some things are for my eyes only.
Yep, and like you said, there are ways of being sexy without showing so much.
Oh, please, and that's really not sexy.
It's the truth. And they was getting mad at her. And she was telling the truth. You can see some black woman, you like, bro, she got a banging body and she pretty. You don't have to wear no booty shorts. You don't have to wear no tank tops and cut off t-shirts. You don't need to wear that. You can wear regular clothes and we can still be like, she bad. Oh my, she bad. I don't care if she ain't got on no makeup. She bad. You can't tell them nothing, though. You can't tell them nothing.
I disagree on the latter point, but I do agree to this one, which is I think black men want the bag too. And we on the Democratic side
That's right.
don't talk don't talk enough, if at all,
Or listen.
about how I'm gonna help you prosper. What does prosperity for us look like? So if at every turn you're the deficit end of the equation, every turn somebody's got to do something for you, you're not making room. And one thing that Trump's Trump's talking points appear to do is to put you on track or on alignment with getting a bag. I don't think that is wholesale widespread.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, I think he does have issues with black women.
What's wrong with getting a bag? You see how simped out he is? What do women always talk about, especially when they talking about relationships? Get the bag, girl. Ain't that what they always be talking about? If he ain't paying no bills, you don't need to be talking to him. If he ain't taking you out on these type of dates, you don't need to be talking to him. If he ain't paying these bills, you don't need to be talking to him. They always talking about getting the bag. You see, this is how they done flipped the script on dudes. They go out and tell men not to be hoes. You don't need to be fucking with all these bitches. And then they get on her and say, oh yeah, she needs to have a hoe phase. That's why you tripping, girl, because you ain't ever been through a hoe phase. And when she goes through a hoe phase, you need to accept that. You need to be cool with her because she done had tons of bodies before you, but she ain't like that no more. But you as a man, you don't need to be a hoe. She ain't fooling with no hoes, with no dude that done been with all of these women and got all these kids. She ain't doing that. But she done been through a whole phase and she quite possibly got 3 or 4 baby daddies. You still need to accept her. You need to accept her because she's a changed woman now. Forget her past, forget her 50 bodies, and put a ring on it. That's the issue. That's how they get you. They done flip the script on dudes so much it's not even funny. And a lot of y'all have failed for it. That's the funny part. Funny. He said, bro, I should have joined in on the video. I got so much. Yeah. I got the link up there. Anybody who want to join, the link is at the top of the chat. It's pinned to the top. It's pinned to the top of the chat. You good though, Gen X? Hey, you good, Gen X, bro. Look, it ain't. Look, if you come on, you come on. If you don't, you don't. If you come, hey, bro, you good, bro. I ain't got nothing against you, man. I don't, bro. You good. You good in my book. You good in my book. We be on the same page on a lot of shit. You good in my book. It is what it is. Don't even sweat it, bro. Don't even sweat it.
But I also think the brother's also trying to get and maintain and grow a bag. And he's similar to a lot of the black Republicans who ideologically could not articulate anything worth mentioning, are out here caping because they're not in competition with Bakari Sellers or Andrew Gillum. But they're at the front of the line on that side because they're willing to say the things that white people think and don't get to say with license, but they got.
I hate when they use that excuse now. I hate when they use that excuse. Oh, because they black, they can say the things that white people don't want to say. Stop lying. Okay?
Stop the cap.
White people are on YouTube and all other platforms saying the same shit. They stop it. Cut it out. Stop it. Y'all just want to demonize and shame black men for saying that shit. That's all it is. And you going along with it because you sit next to some black women and you don't want them to get on your ass. That's why she looking at you like that right now. You need to fall in line, nigga, and do whatever she telling you to do. Follow her lead. You don't stray off the path. You need to do what Angela is doing. Don't shame us because you got a hand up your ass because she your puppet master. Don't put that on us.
You cape and clown who's willing to say it,
Correct.
and they get rewarded for it.
But he looks like money. He smells like money. He talks
All of
loud.
it.
He knows LeBron, even
All
though
of
LeBron can't stand him. You
Yeah.
know, so he's there. He walks with a swag. He went to an HBCU, so he's the perfect messenger. And so yeah, when people come to him because he looks like he doesn't look. Black men are always in the mode of survival, always. And he looks like somebody who's thriving. So you're more inclined to listen to someone who has made it to some
an
point.
aspiration
It's
that
an
we all
aspirational
have.
thing.
Yeah.
Native Land Pod is a production of.
Because you know why? He got help from white people. That's the narrative. That's what they pushing again. Oh my God. He had the help of a white man because he was doing whatever white folks say. That's what these people are fucking strange to me. If you ain't on their program, then they talk about you like a dog. Gen X say 11 away from 1K. That's a fact, man. I'm getting there. I should have been there a long time ago. It's okay though, man. Look, hey, I ain't tripping. I am not tripping. I am not tripping. I used to trip like I'm probably am gonna trip again, but it is what it is, bro. Like I understand. I'm black. And it's black people gonna run across my videos and click on it, maybe because I'm black, and then be like, "Oh, he don't think like us." Nah, I can't do that because I've seen it. I've seen people subscribe to the channel and then unsubscribe. I've seen that. I'm like, okay, that's because they really started watching it. Like, oh no, he got to be on some Democratic stuff. But it is what it. I'm not changing for those people. I only want the people who want to be here. If you don't want to be here, then I don't need you to be here. Because when it pops off, I need loyal people who gonna follow me, who gonna listen to what I got to say, who gonna watch the channel, subscribe, and do what they gotta do. I'm cool with that. Everything ain't for everybody. And I'll never forget my parents telling me that when I was a kid. Everything ain't for everybody. That's a fact. So you get that too? I already know you do. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. But man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. I hardly ever do lives. I don't do them as much because it's not enough people yet to really watch lives. But I just wanted to do this one live. I started to make a video, but I said let me just do it live. Maybe some people will come through. But it's all cool. And I like the interaction that I have with people who come in the comment section and whatnot. I started to do it earlier, but I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. It don't matter whatever time I do it. I'm gonna get that same handful of people, which is cool with me. Which is very, very cool with me. I just don't. I used to do a lot of these videos when I was on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but X. But for some reason, I get a lot of views on X, but I always felt like it was not real for some reason. You know what I'm saying? If you ever do videos on X, then you see your numbers go up, but you don't get a lot of interaction. So you like, is it because I got the blue check mark, or what's going on? So I really don't got a good gauge of what I'm seeing there. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video about Jasmine Crockett and how Stephen A critiqued her, and then Angela Rye and Tiffany Cross and the other dudes on the panel was agreeing with what they were saying. But I don't agree with what they were saying. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the show. Uh, the more if I do this, and if we start to get like 20 people watching, then I'll be cool with sitting around talking more because I could talk. I ain't nobody right here with me, but I could talk for like 2 or 3 hours. People who've been on here seen me do it before, but I don't want to do shows like that unless people are, I get more people. But man, yeah, I appreciate y'all coming through. Patty Cakes, Gen X, and others. Hope Knife, what's up, Hope? Is that the same Hope, or is that a different Hope? You say Hope Knife. What's up, Hope? I don't know if that's the same Hope that's always watching my videos. It could be. If it is, I appreciate you coming through as well. And everybody, Miss Patty and others, y'all commenting, and Gen X, I appreciate y'all coming because I like that type of interaction because I like to interact. And it also kind of extends the show, give me something to talk about. Y'all give me different things to kind of speak on. Just like y'all was speaking on certain things, and I try to go find the video because I try to do that too live when I'm doing lives. I try to find the clips and things as I remember them along with y'all, just so we can speak on shit. But I also put that link up there. If anybody ever want to come on, even the ones who don't want to get on camera, I don't mind letting y'all come on. It'll just be a box up here and you can just speak. That's cool too. If you don't want to do that, cool. Just stay in the comment section. I appreciate all of that, man. I appreciate all of it. Yeah, we can. We can do that. You say let's schedule something with all those watching. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, let's do that. We can definitely do that. Cause I gotta go to work tomorrow night, but then I'll be out for a while because I only work a couple of days a week and be driving that truck. But yeah, we can definitely do that, bro. That's cool with me. Definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Well, man, yeah, I appreciate everybody coming through. I appreciate y'all watching the video. I appreciate y'all interacting with the show. And as always, man, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.